Michael, bitterly disappointing that that game has had to be called off because a lot of work has gone in, and at the not quite the last hour, the referees decided it's not playable.
Deja vu, isn't it? I mean, I'm a bit tired really of talking about this issue because it's an inconvenience to supporters, particularly, there were over 100 supporters coming down from Cumbria, but from our own supporter perspective as well. We remained optimistic, through Thursday, through Friday, that we had a fighting chance of the game being on. We had the pitch covers on, and I have to say, without the pitch covers, there wasn't a hope in hell of playing. But the pitch covers worked well. But there was one particular area within the visitors' end of the ground, in the penalty area, which was probably 20-25 square metres, which the referee felt, had they played, could have endangered the players' fitness. Disappointing. Okay, we may take some criticism about not calling it off early, but even on Friday we had a preliminary look at it with the local referee, and he was happy that there was more than a fighting chance of the game being played, hence why we arranged for a decision. We spoke to the Football League referee, the match referee, to come in early Saturday morning, and I understand how exasperated Carlisle supporters will be making that journey, because I think their coaches set off at 6:30 in the morning, and their directors, I think they were coming down by train, leaving at 10 to 9. So all I can do is honestly apologise for that, but we did give it our best shot. We had a group of willing volunteers on the pitch from 6:30 this morning, working all the way through. They did make some considerable inroads, getting the surface water off the rain sheets, moving the rain sheets and forking the playing surface. But when the referee came out at 10 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock the sun was still shining, there was a nice breeze, but I don't know, in fairness, whether it would have dried out sufficiently between 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock to stabilise that particular area of the ground, of the pitch, to satisfy the match referee. And the other thing he has to consider as well, whilst we didn't have an horrendous weather forecast going through the afternoon, there were other showers predicted, and taken into account, I think he had an experience here last year with another game where we did have quite a heavy shower, Coventry, and there was surface water. But it's frustrating for us from a cash flow point of view. It's frustrating for our players and supporters, and equally it's very annoying, I would think, and disappointing for those supporters coming down to follow their team from Carlisle. I know how our fans would have felt had it been reversed, but we did give it our best shot. I apologise wholeheartedly for anybody who was inconvenienced, but sometimes these things happen. We've got very little control of it. We tried to work tirelessly to get it on, but it wasn't to be. Referee now have different directives to follow. I mean, 20-30 years ago we would have played on that pitch, no question, but the Football League and the FA now give stronger directives for referees to ensure the player safety, which I understand, but bitterly disappointing. It's cost us money because obviously from 10 o'clock we have to make decisions about catering staff, bringing stewards in and everything like that, and we had to make a decision. The decision was, yes, go ahead, because we still thought that at that time there was sufficient time in that hour-and-a-half window to try and improve that particular area of the pitch, but it was proved to be that was proved not to be the case, and now we're back to the Monday trying to fit in the fixtures. It's not easy, and I would think we're now looking forward to trying to get Tuesday's game on. The weather forecast, in fairness, tomorrow is reasonable. It deteriorates, I think, Sunday night into Monday morning, so we're going to leave the covers off so we can get some natural ventilation to the pitch, put the covers back on Sunday night, and look at it again Monday morning and try as best we can to try and get the game on against Tranmere. Very frustrating. And
when I spoke to the referee afterwards, if that area of the pitch that was the concern had been somewhere else, say on the far side or on the other half or somewhere, not in a sort of danger area where there's going to be a lot of activity, he probably would have played it.
I think he's right. I mean, he calls the penalty area a critical area, and I think he's right, because you know, to score goals, you have to be basically in the penalty area. And, you know, whether you're a defender or whether you're a forward, moving from a relatively hard surface outside the box into an area within the penalty area where it is very soft underfoot, you know, there's a chance of slipping and all those sort of issues. So frustrating and disappointing, you know, all those sort of things. But at the end of the day, he has to make the decision. I don't think he takes any great... I mean, he's from Shrewsbury himself. I think he wanted to play the game. But after speaking to his fellow officials, he spoke to John Gregory, he spoke to the officials who travelled down from Carlisle. He deliberated a long time. And that tells me that it must have been touch and go. But in the end, he veered towards the safety first issue, which I fully understand. But that doesn't soften the disappointment.
A couple of things. I know you want to pay tribute to the people who've been down here since, well, 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, and really nearly got us over the line in terms of...
Well, it was brilliant because, you know, to ask people to come out at 6:30 in the morning, bring their own forks, and we probably had 20 in total, and they were absolutely magnificent.
Without them, we wouldn't have...
Oh, no, these people are worth, you know, absolute gold to us. I mean, they came out, and without their help, we wouldn't have got as close as we would. They're as disappointed as anybody else, but it's comforting to know that in times of adversity, we've got such loyal supporters who can, you know, give up their time at 6 o'clock in the morning, come along to try and help their team, you know, get a game on. And that's what it's about. It's about pulling together. You know, we are a family club, and I believe Carlisle are a family club as well. And their supporters will be bitterly disappointed. But truthfully, I have no problem. I think we did it, you know, as best we could. We were just beaten in the end, the 11th hour, and now we're faced with having to fix another midweek fixture up. We're fast running out of those, and I only hope now that we can look forward to eventually getting a game on against Tranmere on Tuesday.
Last thing, I know you'll talk to Carlisle on Monday about some sort of compensation or something that we can do for the Carlisle fans when the game's rearranged.
Well, I think that's right and proper because, you know, I would knowing the people I know at Carlisle, I would have thought they would have done exactly the same had it been reversed. You know, these people have given up the hard-earned money to come and see their team. It's a long way from Cumbria down to Crawley. Yes, from their perspective, you know, they left at 6:30 in the morning. They wanted a Friday inspection, which just wasn't possible because there was still a very good opportunity that the game would go ahead. I think on Monday we'll speak to Carlisle and try and, you know, create a sensible mechanism for them to be compensated, whether it's free admission to the next game. But not all, you know, Carlisle supporters will be able to come to a midweek fixture. We accept that. But, you know, we'll try and work out something that's sensible because I think morally we have an obligation to say to the Carlisle fans, sorry for the inconvenience, you know, you're more than welcome to come down here, and hopefully they will take it in the spirit it is meant. We do apologise to them, we apologise to our own supporters and everybody else who's been inconvenienced. But yes, to those 111 who are coming down, I think it's only right and proper we do something proper to compensate them.